I came to this country in 2010, around October time. My country is Iraq. When I left my country, it was a disaster. If I will paint it as a picture, I will paint blood all over. Bullets. Screams. Bombs. That's what I hear. I was targeted because I worked with the US Army. We kiss each other every morning saying bye. We don't know if we're gonna see each other at the night or not. It's a civil war. It's really, really bad. And I took my wife and my kiddo, and we went to Boise.
Boise's not the same Boise, Idaho that you would have visited 25 years ago. You're starting to become more of a mixing pot where we've always been just so much of a homogeneous white community. Boise's a top 10 per capita refugee resettlement site and has been for the last 11 years. I just am always impressed with the courage of somebody going through what they've gone through in the refugee camps and then come to a country where they've never been, don't understand the culture, don't speak the language, just with the hope of making a new life.
My name is Memory Patricia Ntanga.
My name is Emma Lovell.
Reem Talib.
My name is Arba.
My name is Daniel Miko Mikien.
I'm originally from Democratic Republic of Congo.
Iraq, Baghdad.
I am from El Salvador.
I'm originally from Sudan.
I am from Syria. I came Boise 5 months ago.
I've been in Boise for about 10 years.
10 years.
I've been in Boise for 7 months.
My name is Regia, and I'm from America.
It's been an incredibly tough 2 years for our refugee communities. The talk in the media and this feel and this vitreous diatribe that's come across on social media or in articles, and it's horrible to see. And so we've seen those fear levels just accelerate through the roof.
Yesterday, Donald Trump ignited a firestorm when he reiterated his call for mosque surveillance and a temporary ban on Muslims emigrating to the United States.
No hate, no fear, everyone is welcome here.
There are people that are cultivating a very pernicious ideology that ultimately ends in people's death.
And you people are allowing the importation of these people who have declared war on us.
They come to countries, they rape women.
The refugee influx.
They will radicalize once they get here. So we're going to fight.
We have no idea who they are, where they come from.
Politics is always going to be a part of law enforcement because we are the most visible face of any government. But I think the officer's job is very much to put the politics aside and figure out how can they serve the individual people that they're coming in contact with. One of the biggest things that law enforcement should be able to do is protect vulnerable groups. And that's the reason I got into the refugee mentoring program to begin with. It's the reason I got into law enforcement to begin with.
Why did you sign up today to take part in a program with the Boise Police Department working with different ethnicities and community members? And what do you want to get out of this? Why are you here?
We're trying to grow the refugee program, so we're creating a refugee mentor program.
We can establish some good work together.
Absolutely. There is a lack of understanding, but when we're able to sit down and do this type of thing, I think that understanding, people will know more.
Yeah.
Know more, and the knowledge is the key. So
exactly.
We'll understand, we'll know more, build trust.
I start seeing my community having some challenges with the law enforcement. I hope to get out of this mentor program, it's to make Boise Police Department aware of our community, how they live, how they think. And if you not respect their culture, you will not have respect back towards you.
Free day on that.
Yeah.
And I had a question also. I thought I will be asking, Officer Dustin about on the right and wrong purposes. For safety thing, are we willing to wear vests? Just in case to, because I know we signed liability thing.
Yeah.
But it's a bullet, like, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And I've been on that kind of situation before.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I feel totally comfortable saying you're not going to need one.
Okay.
But I totally understand where you're coming from, as far as from literally
Military
from where you come
purposes,
from, and military and everything else. You really wouldn't need one.
Randy is such a great officer. I want to learn from him how to do the teamwork, how to respond to dispatch, what he's doing on his daily basis. I'm interested to have a job with Boise Police Department. That's my goal of my career.
When the opportunity came to participate in this, I was all in. I'm near the end of my career, quite frankly. I don't stand to gain on a professional level. I stand to gain on a personal level through the sense of community where I come into Boise, I shop, I live here, my family's here, my kids are here. I want this community to be a successful community. Meeting Safe, it was really interesting just getting to know him and getting to know his background. Here's an individual that already helped out the U.S. from his homeland in Iraq. He was already helping us there. I think we can certainly help him out. I think we should help him out.
Is that your brother in the picture?
In Iraq, I did work with U.S. Army as an interpreter, and I got part of the culture, and I know how to deal with things. But even that was like a little bit challenging when we get here. The dream for me is to be a citizen of this country because we believe in this country. We believe in freedom. We believe in freedom of speech.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I felt it's super safe for my kids to grow up here. This country giving great opportunities to the kids to be well educated and give them all kind of options in the future what do you need to be. And I will be supporting for them to the last minute. I'm here with them.
You have a responsibility to go back and share what we're like. But what do we need to do? What do police need to do on our end, as the government's end, as City Hall's end? What do we need to do to make your communities feel that they can trust us?
Have you faced that kind of issues when you go to the refugee family, all of them jump on you and all of them talk at the same time and you can't have a break and you don't know which one you should listen to? That's normal.
There is some miscommunication between the American community and the refugees community. We don't see you engage as we would love to.
She can speak English very well. It was not easy for her.
In the very first 2 months, they don't have a car, they don't have a place.
But our people, they think like this.
People of Idaho, if they see me in streets, they will be afraid or they will take an action.
And somebody's gonna attack me, maybe.
I don't like them. I will not show up again.
What do we need to do for the other side to trust us and consider us safe people?
That's a problem.
The solution is that you have to change this mentality.
How do we get them to better socially integrate?
Look at cultures throughout time. You want to get people together, bring food, okay?
Getting to listen to some of the stories from the participants, there's a lot more commonalities than there were differences. But I've learned that we need to do things different within our department and within the city of Boise. The education that we try to do with our refugees when they first get here is good, but as we've heard from them, we're missing a large piece of it. We want to make sure that what has happened out of this, we're going to be able to follow through with some of the recommendations from our refugee community, as well as from the officers. We want to take that information, make sure that it actually gets used. It doesn't just get written down on a sheet of paper and put in a file somewhere. Thank you all for coming, and we will see you in a few weeks.
Boise wasn't always this progressive. We really learned from some bad mistakes. 1992, we were getting Laotians. And to tell you the truth, we didn't do anything. There's no integration. And obviously, they quickly become disaffected, insular from the rest of society. And so we saw crime start to happen there. Nobody would report it because there was no trust level. And really was a wake-up call for Boise and the way we needed to respond to our refugee communities.
I had a question for you. Would you be available to interpret for one of our detectives? I grew up in a small farming community in southeastern Idaho, and we had a strong sense of community. When someone got sick, you went and helped. When someone needed help on a ranch, you helped. There was not a lot of diversity. I didn't have the chance to meet a person of color until high school, or really get to know and become friends with someone that was outside of my ethnicity. When I started on the Boise Police Department, I saw that I wanted to do a job where I could be a long-term problem solver, developing and growing communities. So I got a job working as the department's refugee liaison officer.
Do you guys want to play soccer?
Yeah. Yeah? In many countries throughout the world, the police are the ones that refugees are running from.
We want them to see us as a resource and somebody that they can go to for safety. A lot of it is about building trust.
One of the laws that I wanted to talk to you about today involves parenting and watching children.
It's everything from teaching traffic laws and what you need to do to get a driver's license to hitting your wife in the United States is illegal, because in some countries that is legal.
We get out there and we have the chance to show them that law enforcement is friendly, that we're peaceful, that we're there to help.
This is my bed.
That we are part of the community.
It's over there? All right.
The Boise Police Department informed us right away when the accident happened. Diodone Echa, a 15-year-old boy from the Democratic Republic of Congo, had been waiting for 10 years in a refugee camp in Malawi, and only 9 days after he arrived in the U.S., drowned while swimming with friends.
Some of us, we have American citizenship. But what I need to tell you today, as we see this body here, we don't have a citizenship in America, but our citizenship is in heaven.
To get to somewhere, and to make it there, and then to lose your oldest child. It's hard to speak to that loss. It's hard to even imagine it. When he died, we knew we would need help to have a funeral. So we put out a call to the public, expecting support, but not expecting huge support. And we thought initially, okay, we can do a decent funeral for $5,000. And within a day, we had raised over 10. I feel like we put out a call and people really sincerely responded. The family approached us and explained what their hopes were for a funeral. And one of the things that they said was they were very worried that no one would come, that it wouldn't be important. It's been so many different communities pulling together to throw the event. All these different folks from different paths of life saying it's important to honor the passing of this young life. We care.
I've loved police work. Sometimes you actually see really good things come from some bad situations. That is the reason you keep coming back.
Do you have like an area we're heading to? Is that
The city.
the entire city? That's a big job.
Yeah, it makes things interesting.
If I will get hired, I will be proud on every night I put my head on pillow and remember how many people I helped on that day and what I did. It is my pleasure to get, right along with you today,
We'll do it
Officer
again.
Randy.
We'll
do it again.
I love to help people. That's in my blood. I've been training, I've been reading, I've been studying, I've been doing my things to be, applying soon. My wife, she goes like, you have to put a plan B for, in case. But I don't want to go to B. I want to stick with A. My plan, it's my plan. I will try to do everything, in order to have this job for Boise Police Department.
My name is Salam Bunyan. I'm from Iraq, Baghdad. I'm coming in Boise 2008. Last week when I'm coming in, open my business, normal day, I find many police officers, many people outside.
I was here at work and got a call from one of our detectives who had been called out to a hate crime scene. A man took sidewalk chalk and drew a swastika. We're not real sure what he was getting at, but it had something to do with refugees are served here. When the owner of the restaurant arrived at work that morning, that was there to greet him.
First time, I'm feeling sad and not safe.
Boise is certainly not immune to an antagonistic group of people who feel that there should not be any refugees coming into our community or our country.
I cleaned this sidewalk on second day. The people write, I love you, welcome refugee, welcome. That's very beautiful. That's Boise. Girl, he's 3 years old. She bring this one for me after finish the dinner. And she told me, I love you, don't leave, please. That's your home, you're welcome. And she do that for me.
Total strangers have come to his restaurant to show their support for him. He said, this action is not what Boise is. And I agree with him.
And I have many, many flowers. The people bring him every day just for support, he told me, welcome, please don't be mad for that. That's enough for me.
Thank you, everybody, for participating in this. I've learned a lot from it. I hope you guys have also picked up a lot of information that you can take back to your families and friends, colleagues, and we hope that we can continue on with something similar to this in the future.
I think that's the time to say bye, right?
Well, not exactly. Until the next time.
What is the next time?
Whenever the next time is.
Officer Dustin, can I talk to you for a bit, please, before I'm heading out?
Yeah.
Do you remember when I talked to the chief and talked to you about, getting the hiring process here?
Yes.
But I got surprised today when I looked at the website and it says we're almost there is no hiring process for being a police officer.
We had not enough retirements, and we had more people make it through our program.
Okay.
So we don't have any positions to fill right now.
All right, great deal. Thank you for your help.
Thank you, Safe.
Yeah.
I've told you before that when I moved up here that it took me almost a full year to get hired on here.
Yeah.
Actually, I moved up in December and I got hired the following December. So,
It will take time.
It's a process.
Mm-hmm.
I got hired the following December and I still probably wasn't out in patrol for another good 6 months. So I would love to tell you that things work quickly. That would be a lie. They don't. We're with the government. It doesn't go quick.
No.
So
take it slow.
Keep your head up over the whole thing and keep working
Absolutely.
hard towards it, okay?
Yeah.
So there's lots of hurdles to jump, and just because you stumble over one doesn't mean you give up the race.
Absolutely. The entire 2017, they have enough people to be hired in there. And that's what disappointed me, because I was planning to, be hired at the end of June, beginning of July. That's what I heard. Thank you
Give
again.
me a text. We will ride along really soon here, okay?
Sure.
So.
And it turns the other way.
Well, I'm not going to solve the political climate. I'm not going to solve the overarching refugee issues and crisis, but I can help an individual. We're in the people business. We sometimes lose sight of that. And the people business includes people across the spectrum. So it includes people like me, like my family. It includes people like Safe's family. It includes everybody. It's hard to affect cultural change within organizations, within population groups, but it can be done, and it's got to start somewhere. So it might as well start with us.
Good morning. So as far as today, after you take the oath, you become a U.S. citizen. We have 23 countries and 49 applicants. For Idaho, that's pretty diverse.
When we got our ceremony for being a citizenship, I saw multiple nations around. Like literally a woman sitting right behind me from Iran, that country that we went fight with for 8 years, Iraq and Iran. That was an extremely happiness moment for me.
Yeah, we don't ever want you to give up your culture, your traditions. That's what makes America great.
All of them want to become successful citizens in the future and having their culture shared with this culture.
Rakshana Zamakan, Afghanistan. Saif al-Abaji, Iraq. Mario Vergara, Mexico. And you can just repeat after me. I hereby declare.
I hereby declare.
On oath. That I absolutely and entirely. Renounce and abjure. All allegiance and fidelity.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations.
My dream is not going to go away. My dream is in there, and I will keep follow it. I will keep chase it down until it's happening. I'm trying hard to achieve that and getting this job, and I will be here. I'm not going to go away.